Yeah. hmm Look at this background of standards for child welfare, goals of the standards, ethics and values, qualifications, knowledge, and practice requirements. Yeah. There's something new called cultural competence. Phew. Now, I was really looking at all the money we're spending on cultural competence. Yes. It seems that a lot of medical insurances provide cultural competence training to those that are employees so they can better relate to the individuals that have the insurance. Now, somebody was saying, well, Paul is culturally incompetent. Yes. As in, I'm bipolar. Yeah. Schizophrenic. Yes. And delusional. For knowing that I wasn't in Jefferson County on June 16th of 2017. Yes. I did not send any emails to any employee of the Quilcene or Brennan school districts. Right. That I wasn't in Swim, Washington on December 31st of 2015. Yeah. And whatever email that Judge Porter did read that I didn't see, yes, I didn't send it, yes, to the actual individual known as the petitioner, yes, that didn't sign the protection order. Now, this cultural competence, yes. See, I think there's a lawsuit here, a big one. Yeah. For some reason, my culture is not considered recognized, yes, by those that are mandatory reporters. And as I remember it, yeah, all the insurance providers of all the patients that, oh, well, now, let's look at the American Public Human Services Association. Yeah. hmm And then let's look at child welfare workers also face legal challenges when intervening to protect children. The Camrita versus Green, yeah. Frenette versus County of Alameda, oh, and Sutherland versus City of New York, yes. Now, for all the social workers and the individuals named as mandatory reporters in each and every institution, what is it that's causing you to refuse to intervene in the enforcement of my custody rights as a father? Well, they issued a dissolution of marriage where I didn't get a copy of it. Yes. They didn't have the jurisdiction of the United Nations. Right. I did not get any notice of court hearings. Yes. And they gave custody of my sons to my wife without any of the requirements of law. Now, for those of you that are in the profession, child welfare, there just seems to be this refusal to acknowledge that my sons are being abused and neglected. Yes, kidnapped and abducted. Well, now, work across the disciplines is critical to promoting children's well-being. The teachers of the Quilcene School District, yeah, I'm going to want to sue them. The teachers in the Brennan School District, right, I'm going to want to sue them. And then there's the community and faith leaders of every institution they've been involved in. Yes, since my wife abducted them on July 2nd of 2011. Now, as I remember it, my sons went to a Kingsway camp when my wife kidnapped them. Yes, I'm going to want to sue Mike Van Proyn as a mandatory reporter. Yes, for having any knowledge of my wife's abduction of my sons. Oh, and then there's the obstruction of me being able to speak to Marilyn. Yes, about who she wants to be the man of her family. I'd like to be the man. Now, there's the medical professionals. Yes. The doctors. Oh, the dentist. Pooch. The orthodontist. Yes. The optometrist. Right now. Then there's the police officers in Squim, Washington. The police officers in Port Angeles, Washington. Yes. The police officers in Port Townsend. I emailed you on November 15th of 2015. Yes, that I did not get any due process. The petitioner didn't sign the protection order. Yes. And you issued it for 10 years. Oh. Now, back then, I just kind of glanced through it. Yes. But over the last 4 years, I've really gone through that protection order, and I I really doubt that I was a credible threat. Yes. Considering the number of times I was arrested and your refusal to admit the evidence. I didn't really consider myself an intimate partner, though we had been together for 10 years and had five sons. Yes. And then there's the idea that if the petitioner doesn't acknowledge it, oh, does that mean she didn't acknowledge us as being intimate partners anymore? She didn't acknowledge me as being a credible threat. She didn't acknowledge that I received actual notice of the court hearings. See, who is what?